Greetings and salutations, Life and Poetry fam, and welcome back to another installment of Discussions with Marcus T. This guy. Life and Poetry friends, family, visitors, and guests alike, as we kicked off already, we are in season 2 of the discussions with your boy. I am so excited. I'm so elated, guys. And today we have another titillating? We got a great discussion coming up, guys. We are going to be touching on the topic of the HBCU culture. And guys, I have a special guest with me today. I call her mom. You can't call her mom because I don't know y'all like that, really, Life and Poetry family. But Miss Sonia Queen is with us here today, guys. And if you see on her shirt, guys, it says, and I quote, Bowie State University, HBCU. So you already know we got to get some great stuff here, guys. And I got to say this here, right? We about 30 minutes past recording time, Life and Poetry. You know, we are very transparent on this channel, on this platform here, guys. Your boy forgot the intro yet again to this here. Charge it to my heart. No, don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to, I don't know what to charge it to. Charge it to the air or something. It's hot in here. The heat is on. Charge it to that. But nonetheless, we're going to have a great conversation. We're going to get in, get out. This is some great stuff we're going to talk about here, guys. And this is a huge topic to talk about. Not only because I myself have been to an HBCU. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gloating or nothing, but, you know, the illustrious Bowie State University, as well as Miss Sonia Queen. Forgive me if I'm calling you that, Ma. I got to be professional on the channel here.
It's okay.
Okay. Right. See, I get permission. Yeah. You guys permission sometimes to do these things here. But we're going to dive into the culture of the HBCU culture, guys. Before we kick in here, guys, how you doing, Mom? You feeling all right?
I'm great. It's an honor. I feel so honored that you asked me to be a part of this. I'm great, and I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to a great discussion. Good to see your handsome face.
Yeah, she's gonna make me emotional today. But Life and Poetry family, before we jump into the conversation, guys, do me a huge favor. I'm going to cut through all the formality stuff, guys. Just go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And the new edit, you will see that at the bottom of the screen, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, guys. Your boy, we changing some things up here, and I'm so excited to be doing these things for you guys. Out of here, my heart. But guys, make sure once you've done that, make sure you turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified every time we say we, because what? You never know who's going to pop up and grace us with their lovely presence here on the Life and Poetry channel, guys. Turn on that notification bell, all that great stuff, shebang, shaboom, shabow, right? Let's jump into this discussion. I made it through.
Yes.
I made it through. I feel like I forgot something, but guys, comment down below if I forgot something in the intro. I hope I didn't, but if I did, guys, season 2, I'm allowed to make mistakes. That's what we do. Remember, raw, uncut, and unedited. We're going to jump into this conversation, guys, but let's talk about it, Mom. HBCU culture, right? Let's give them a quick history lesson here what HBCUs are. Life and Poetry family, friends, guests, and visitors alike. If you don't know what HBCUs are or what the acronym HBCU stands for, it stands for Historically Black Colleges and Universities. I said again for those in the back who didn't hear me, Historically Black Colleges and Universities, guys. HBCUs are institutions of higher education that were established before the Civil Rights Act in 1964, right? This was before the Act of 1964. Now, they were primarily established to serve the African-American community. There's a lot of history behind HBCUs globally, even here on the Eastern Shore. I think there are 4 or 5 or so. I think either 4 or 5 on this side of town, Eastern Shore. I think so. You can fact check me in the comments down below if you guys remember. I believe it's Morgan State, Bowie State, Coppin State, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and I think Morehouse is over here. I think
Morehouse in Atlanta.
Okay, so yeah, Eastern Shore. So we still on the side of town. I did my research. My research, you know. So there are a lot globally here. But yeah, so these institutions really were established to help benefit the African American population. Interesting fact was that before these were established, other institutions really focused on. I hate the racial thing here, but you guys know I don't do race or politics on this channel here. But with this discussion, we got to tap into it just a little bit. Other institutions, they focused and catered to those who were predominantly white, right? So we call them PWIs, which stands for predominantly white institutions. Now, just because they focused on them back then doesn't mean that's all they focus on now. I'm not going to say that. We're not going to spearhead that now to say, only thing they focus on now, you still got white students here and black students there, or students of color there. That's not the case at all. Nowadays, schools are so integrated with cultures and national. It's just so it's what we call the melting pot of everybody. I've seen it on. I visited campuses such as the University of Maryland, not Eastern Shore one, but the other one. It's like 6 campuses. Maryland don't play those games. College Park, yes, there's so many campuses Maryland got. It's ridiculous. And that campus is like a street block left, right. All it's just crazy. Just like Howard, just so many left turns. You're still on campus, make no sense, right? But those schools have been so integrated, and their doors are open to anybody who wants to higher education. And I think that's the blessing of today, that schools aren't. It's not dictated on what you look like to get into a school anymore. And it's just. I don't know. It's just so amazing. When you research these things here, you start to see those who have celebrity status, or these who are influential, have went to some of these schools. Like, for instance, our very own vice president, I don't know how to say her name, right? Vice President Harris. I'm not going to jack up your name. I don't want y'all coming to me. All right, Miss Harris, Miss VP, right? The illustrious, but Howard University, right?
Yeah.
Then you have right here in our nation's capital. So just as actor extraordinaire Felicia Rashad, who is now the dean of performing arts out there. And
right.
It's crazy. You see it and you say, man, I wonder what that was like back then equated to now. So that's why I want to have this discussion with you, Mom. Not to say that you were there back then. I'm not saying that. All right, we're not throwing them jabs, y'all. Unfortunately, we're not doing that, guys. But I want to tap.
He said no mama jokes, right?
We're not doing no mama jokes. We're not doing that. Come on, y'all. Like, hold me accountable here. Hold me accountable, guys. We're not going to do that, guys. But I want to talk about this culture with you, because you are a graduate of the illustrious Bowie State University, right? Home of the Bulldogs. I'm gonna say it one more time. The illustrious Bowie State University, home of the Bulldogs, guys. If you know, you know. I don't got my life important here.
You see, I'm backing up so I can show the Bulldogs.
Right, come on now, right? This is what we do. Bowie State, right? Bowie State. What's the other side? I don't know, the mirror thing, right? Bowie State, right? That's what we do, right? But I want to have this conversation with you because I really want to get your take on the culture and your experience of it then and now. You have a daughter who's graduated from Bowie State as well. So you have both sides of the spectrum. You were able to see it when you were there, and now seeing as your daughter came up and graduated from there as well. So first, what's that like to have your daughter follow in that there and come up out of your alma mater?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It was amazing because her aspirations, I didn't want to steer her in any direction. I wanted her to make the choice independently of where she wanted to go, what she wanted to do. So the original plan of going into the military didn't pan out, and she knew she wanted to go to school. So whatever school you wanted to go to is your choice. And when she said Bowie State, I was floored, like, wow, I had no choice in that. I wanted you to freely choose wherever you wanted to go. So when she said Bowie State, it was rewarding that she wanted to go into that. And although we have different majors, just to know that she walked the same campus that I did and she achieved it, it's just rewarding. I remember when I walked across the stage I fully grasped the proud moment as a parent when your child walks across the stage and makes a major accomplishment like that. So as my mother felt, that's how I felt when I saw her go. And you just, you celebrate your children, you celebrate their achievements. So it was so rewarding to not only see her graduate, but to graduate from my alma mater. It was awesome. It's generational.
That's amazing. And it's like you're able to, like say, you experience it then, and you still can experience it now. And it's like to see the evolution of the school itself, I know is amazing. And we're going to jump into that too as we dive into this here, because you guys, if you don't know, Bowie State University has the ultimate come up, and it's amazing. It's immaculate, and it's just growing even more. As we speak now, things are programs are being implemented. And I think I was reading just yesterday with some stuff was coming, it was about to transpire there. It's just amazing, guys. Now, disclaimer, my head says Bowie State University, but I did not graduate from Bowie State University. Guys, you know my story. You know what happened and why I did not continue my education there. However, my feet has graced that campus there, guys. I am still a former, well, I'm not there no more. So I'm a former student there. Guys, it's in my blood. All right. So my hat, so my sweatpants is on one of my t-shirts somewhere. Right. This is what we do, right? I'm still a bulldog, and that's how it is.
Yes.
But so, okay, I want to rewind from the beginning. Let's go down memory lane for a little bit here. All right. So you graduated from high school. And you say, okay, what was your mindset after high school?
I already knew that I wanted to continue my education. I knew I wanted to go to college. I initially wanted to go across the United States to another college. Three of the colleges I elected to attend, or universities I elected to attend were, what was the acronym you used earlier, PWI?
PWI, yes.
They were PWIs. So I was strongly encouraged by my parent to attend Bowie State because it was local, it was in-state, and at the time it was affordable to go to an in-state college or university as opposed to going out of state. So I knew that I wanted to go to school. It ended up being an HBCU. And at the time, it was not Bowie State University, it was Bowie State College. And my mother gave me a little bit of history about it, that it started out as Bowie Normal School, which was a teacher's college. So at the time, like you said, early on, after 1865, with an HBCU established, Bowie State Normal School was established for people to be educated as teachers. So we had relatives that attended Bowie State Normal School as teachers. And then it transitioned with additional funding and growth. It became Bowie State College. So that's why I attended Bowie State College. When I was leaving, it was transitioning to the university status with additional funding. But I wanted to go to further my education, and that's how I ended up choosing Bowie State.
That's interesting. Now we've talked offhand about you're deciding to go to school and how that transpired. We won't bring it up here, right? We're not going to bring that up here. But it's amazing to know that. Like you said, you wanted to go and further your education, and you wanted to go a little bit further out. I'm assuming most students want to go out to do what? To move away from your parents, get from the umbrella, right? But you chose, well, okay, I'm gonna use this word. You chose to stay local. Well, we're gonna say it like that. You chose to stay local and to go to, at the time, you said Bowie State College. Now, I did not know that at first. That was Bowie State College. I remember the normal school, and I remember when I did my new student orientation there. Our student directors, they took us on a field trip off campus. However, it wasn't off campus. We took a trip to the original building, the housing that was there. And it was, yes, it was a sight to see. It was still in the condition of how it was then. The rustic clawfoot tub, the weak floorboards where you couldn't walk two or more people up on the upstairs without coming down. But the building that's still standing, it's still standing. Yeah. Now that says a lot about something, not even just about the integrity of the structure itself, but how that you can go back and say, you know what, I can feel the presence of history in this space here. I remember when we went to that building, everybody was like, man, this building's so old. They were making so much jokes about it. But a young lady who was in it with us, she started to cry. And I was like, my first thing was, yo, you good? Like, we just in the building. I know it's dusty, just cover your face a little bit. You all right? But she explained to me that it was interesting. I remember this because I had classes with her after that. She explained to me that her parents also went to Bowie State, and that some of her grandparents were in the time of of I hate talking race and politics, but in the time of the slavery era and that time. Whereas when they went to school, they had to go to school in shacks such as the Goodlow House. And just so happened that they were part of the foundation that were in that house going to school. And I'm like, okay, now that's why you're crying, but you got me. Let's not make this a big thing. I don't want people to be like, yo, where y'all crying for back there, But I try to make a joke to make her laugh, get her to smile, because I didn't want her to feel that a lot of times when we get that hit of history, it overwhelms us so much that we don't know how to handle it. And I didn't want that for her. I want her to be able to embrace what her grandparents went through and say, okay, look, this is where they were. Like their feet walk these floors here. And when she got that piece there, she was like, okay, let me immerse myself in this here. And it was amazing. It was an amazing experience there. And she shared with me some of the things that her grandparents shared with her about the school at the time. And it was like, but still in my head, I'm like, this was like I felt like a plantation shack. I'm not gonna lie. That's what it felt like, because it was that much history there. Right. So as you were on the campus, so you're just freshman year, right? You out of high school, you got the freshman look going on. We're not going to talk about it. You know what I'm talking about. We got the freshman look going on. Right. I can't make the joke. Come on, God, I can't make the joke. Got the freshman look going on. So what was that experience like for you? You transitioned from high school. Now you're in this place here. What was the experience like for you?
It was totally different experience because my high school background was, I went to an all-girls school. So, and I actually went to an all-girls school in DC. So it was going from city to suburbia and on a campus in the suburbs. So reintegrating the co-ed atmosphere, because I came from an all-girls atmosphere, and going into an atmosphere where you are an adult taking responsibility for your actions. So in high school, if you didn't go to school, your parents got a call. In college, if you don't go to class, the teacher doesn't ask, or the professor doesn't say, well, where were you? Your parents don't get a call. You're totally responsible and beginning to learn adulting responsibilities. And I remember one time I missed a class, an English class. This was my freshman year. I missed the English class because we got a flat tire. We really did get a flat tire on the way to school, and we missed class. So by the time I arrived at school, class was over, and I did what I thought I was supposed to do, like I did in high school. And I went to the instructor and I said, I got a flat tire. And she was looking at me like, why are you telling me that? So it was an adjustment to adulting and being responsible for your education and making sure that as you stay focused, you want this, that you're going to do what needs to be done for you to be focused and to get it done. So you have to be responsible in making sure that you stay focused in this new environment, because it's co-ed now. So you're a young person in a co-ed environment, and you have to stay focused on what you need to do. So making sure you stay focused on that, you're responsible, you go to class, you do what's needed. All of that needed to be enforced your freshman year. You had to be disciplined because, it's just like no parents. You set your schedule, make sure you get up, you don't hang out all night, and you get up, you go study, you do what's needed, and you can still yet enjoy some of the college night, some of the fun. Yeah, so it was a little bit of an adjustment.
That's a huge culture shock there, coming from parents say, okay, you missed that class. Okay. Such and such been in class today, or such and such got detention today. College is professor's like, your point of coming to me is what?
Right. Right. This is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Right. So, like you didn't pay. So you either come or you don't. Either way, you didn't already pay for your classes. And I know for me, it wasn't a culture shock. I took that gap year off from high school to college, trying to figure out life, quote unquote. But when I got there, I remember a professor telling me, she said to me, come to class or don't, it's not my problem. Your assignments are always online. Either get them done or don't. It's not my problem. She said to show up twice that semester for your midterm or your final. That's all I'm concerned about. And I was like, so I ain't got to wake up in the morning to come to this class? Mind you, this was at 8 o'clock in the morning class. Before I was driving to campus, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, you got to tell me nothing but half a time. My assignments were always on time. I showed up for my midterm and aced it with flying colors. And I was like, so this is college here, And I was like, but then I went to another professor. He was like, nah, let me see you in my class. And I was like, but nah, because Miss so-and-so was like, I ain't gotta be here. Or work done. Yeah. But I think for that subject, he was like, he needed you to see that you were actually being attentive to what was being taught. And that's one of the things I did like about going to Bowie. You had teachers who actually took the time out to say, look, I'm going to work with you and not against you. Mm-hmm. and my experience, I know come from high school, teachers were like, look, we're here to get paid. I'm not knocking teachers, not all teachers are like this here, but a lot of them now are. We're here to get paid, and you had the no child left behind thing going on. So either you was going to do it or we was going to push you off either way. College experience for me was a bit different. I had professors who was hands-on. Office hours were always capped. You can go talk to the professor. Let's go talk. Let's talk about this. How you doing in class today? And I was like, you want to know how I'm doing today? Like, this is what I get to experience. You're not just concerned about going on your lunch break, going home. We can go eat lunch together, you know? And for me, that helped me out my entire freshman year. Again, I didn't really want to go to school, right? Some things happened along the way. The other, okay, this is kind of like the last resort type thing. For me personally, that was how it was for me. But when I got there, I was okay, I'm here. Let me embrace this environment here and pull from it what I need to pull from it. Whether I'm a full-time student or part-time student, Lord knows. When I was a full-time student, it was like, why am I doing this here? But it was to benefit me, not just for the education, but also for the cultural experience of going to that HBCU. Again, I'm not knocking predominantly white institutions, but there's a different environment at an HBCU that you just can't get everywhere else, right? And again, I'm not knocking any school here, but it's just a different vibe. As these youngsters say, it's a different vibe you get at these HBCUs, whether it be the culture of seeing this person here from that looks like you but have a completely different background, who doesn't look like you with the same background, but you all come together for that same greater good, and you're all working together instead of against each other to build up something within yourselves and the community that's around you. And that's one of the biggest things I got from Bowie. Again, and there were some times I had some flat tires. Right, I had a few flat tires in my time there, you know. But just as Miss Sonia Queen said, that you know, when you're there, you're there. It's not your parents' job to make sure you get to school. It's your job to get that stuff done, right? So I want to jump to this here. So you're on campus. Let's push past freshman year, right? You're in there. You got acclimated with the campus here. Did you feel a cultural shift coming from not only from the all-girls school, but having the mindset of wanting to go to a PWI instead of going to an HBCU?
There wasn't a cultural shift because even though I went to an all-girls high school, I still lived in a predominantly African-American community. So I still had that interaction with folks in my neighborhood and then had those folks on campus. So there wasn't a culture shock, if you will, but I did like that on Bowie State in an HBCU, you can be authentically you. And like you said, not knocking any school. So those schools that were PWIs, they may have associations based on your ethnicity. So you're going to school with different nationalities, but at Bowie, it is what it is. You're authentically you. You can be exactly who you are. You know, different people from different demographics coming together. So you grow those relationships, you grow those camaraderies with instructors and students, and you just be you. Everybody, you learn and pull from each other. You know, for example, I was from a suburban neighborhood. Somebody from the city may have come to Bowie. Someone from across the country may have come to Bowie, but we're still, you know, sharing the African-American culture together. And I'm learning how things are out west. I'm learning how things were in Northern Maryland, things were in Eastern Maryland, things were in DC. So we all come together. There wasn't any culture shock, if you will. It was just blending together, learning each other and supporting each other. And the thing that I love with attending the HBCU, again, not to knock other schools where you may develop a relationship with another nationality. I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying, what I learned in the HBCU is you develop those relationships, and some are lifelong. Because, hey, and all this time later after graduating, we're still friends. Brothers and sisters walking through life events together. You know, we riding the life out together, and it all started at Bowie State. So I'm thankful for those relationships. And these are people that may have had a different walk of life than I did, but we just bonded together at school, and we're still here together as lifelong friends. So I appreciate that. And they celebrate, you know, those life events I talk about, generational. So they get to witness the generations, you know, that came after me or before me. So like I said, I had relatives that attended Bowie State. So the culture still blends together. And I have relatives that were teachers that attended Bowie State Normal School as teachers, and then they see a generation walk after them, and then I see a generation walk after me. It's rewarding, It just continues to build in the culture.
That's amazing. Like you said, that blending aspect of it all. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways you can get from going to an HBCU. Like, you get all walks of life are coming together to just learn. You have these organizations here that literally dedicate to the education of this ethnic group or this experience or this background here, and you come together no matter what you look like. If you want to learn it, it's there. It's literally at your fingertips. We've had groups come in, of course, you got the RTC groups come in, you got the spiritual groups come in, you got those groups from regions in Africa come together,
yes,
or regions of Europe or somewhere, and you come together and it's like, oh, let me learn about your culture, so, oh, that's what you eat today, and it's like, you take it all in, and it's not like I'm gonna get this to use it against you. I'm getting it to learn you or learn about you, so we can communicate and build that bridge to really eliminate the divide of it all. And the sad thing is that a lot of times when you do go to college, that you lose that camaraderie because you're there again on your own. You might be in a school that none of your friends have went to, and you literally got to rebuild up who you are and to find where you fit in at. But again, not knocking these schools here, but at Bowie State, I was able, not only because it's like around the corner from where we went to high school at, but it's like, I didn't only have those friends from high school that were there, but I was able to adapt and to find the space that was for me with the new people there, or the stranger that was like, hey, yo, you got a pen? I got a pen. What kind of pen you want? A black pen, blue pen? You want a big pen? Which one you want? And it was fun. And friendships built off of that, off of a pen. All that meant I got my pen back every time. It's fine. But we were able to talk about things, working in collective groups in classes. You don't have all African American students or person of color. You may have a person of a European descent with you or Hispanic descent, and you're like, okay, so now we gotta find how we learn together and not just separate. And it's amazing. It's, oh my God, we can have a discussion about 3-day long discussion here, but I'm not gonna hold you too long, guys. But so I'm just excited about it. I love being able to educate somebody on these things here. And again, on this channel here, guys, we are here to talk about those things that impact life, not just the taboo topics here. First season, we talked about living the American dream, politics. We did a series on mental health, guys. We opened up this season here talking about living a healthy lifestyle, changing the aspect of you within. And then we're talking about that educational standpoint, guys. Education is key. Whether you choose to go to school or not, education is key. I'm not forcing school on you. I'm not forcing HBCUs on you. I'm not even going to force Bowie State on you.
Bowie State.
But learning is the element that literally gets you to that next step. Knowledge is, I remember my father used to say knowledge is power. And I didn't know what it meant until I learned what it meant, right? I had to learn what it meant to understand what it meant. It sounds taboo, cliche, but when you learn something, it's different than being taught something. I can teach you how to fish. I can teach you how to tie your shoes, but when you grasp the concept of it all. But when you learn how to tie your shoes, that accomplishment is a huge round of applause for yourself. And I believe that going to an HBCU, or my time at an HBCU, I'm going to speak for myself, taught me how to build those divides within people outside of my normal demographic, whether it be male, female, Hispanic, Black, white. I have an African friend. He's hilarious. I have an Hispanic friend. He's hilarious. But it's like, I don't knock it because they're this or that. I even have a white friend. He's hilarious, right? I don't separate them because of what they look like or where they come from. I'm like, yo, you are a great person. And that's how I'm trying to find the right, I'm trying to be politically correct in life and poetry. Don't rush me, guys. Right? Try not to say the wrong thing here. But that's how I was able to form those friendships and formulate that bond. I've been out of school since 2015, 16, something like that. It's 2021. And those friends I got in my freshman year are still here with me. And those are my brothers. Like I don't push them back for nothing. But if I need them, they're there. If they need me, I'm there. I'm gonna scoot my way there, but I'm gonna get there. Life and Poetry, you got the joke. You got the joke, Life and Poetry. I'm gonna scoot my way there. But it's amazing. And okay, so last question here. Before we close out here, last question here. Oh, I don't want to ask this question, but I ask it. All right, I'm asking. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm open.
I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna ask so glad. Okay, so you said, okay, we're gonna go back to the flat tire thing, right? So you said you had a flat tire, right? It wasn't a lie. You had a flat tire.
It was not.
All right. She did not tell no fairy tales, or as they say today, no cap, right? No cap. That's what these kids say today, right? So, was there ever a time when you really skipped class? And if you did skip class, did you feel like it was pulling you back from the experience of being at the HBCU? Did you feel like that you were like going against everything that you were supposed to be learning there, being going to a black school? HBCU.
Okay. In all transparency, yes, I did skip class. I sure did, because in my freshman year of, adjusting to school and being on your own, as sophomore year to senior year, I started working. So I just needed to work. I had responsibilities, so I needed to work, and I had a position. And between going to school, go to work when you get off school, go home and study, I mean, you're really tired. And I had 8 o'clock classes. So yeah, I did skip class. I did. Because why? Because I was tired. It didn't impact what I needed to do at school, because when you talk about growth and maturity from your freshman year to your senior year, when you get to your senior year, it's like, okay, you really need to do what you need to do and make it up in your mind. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to do what's needed. I'm going to apply myself to do what's needed to graduate. And I want to graduate in good standing. So you make up your mind. I could say that I skipped classes freshman, sophomore year, junior, senior year. I was dedicated. That came with maturity and the drive to, I want to get this done. So that growth kicked in. It didn't affect the HBCU culture at all. It was just life skills that had to be implemented, and balancing and knowing there are some students that handle school and working simultaneously, and you have to find that balance. You have to be responsible, and you have to know what works best for you. You have to have that drive that I want to get this done. So there's no effect at all, again, on the HBCU culture. It's just a life skill that you learned. And, I think we kind of used what the teacher said, you get 3 excused absences per semester. So you capitalize on that as best you can. I didn't say that. I just said, you didn't hear that? But those excused absences when needed from studying late at night or working late at night. So yeah, it was fun. All in all, it was a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like I said, lifelong relationships were developed from it. So it was a great experience.
Amazing. I mean, I had to ask. I'm sorry, I had to ask the question. Guys, it happens from time to time. You're going to like Ms. Queen said. There's times where you are so tired that sometimes you just can't move. You're working and going to school. You have a full schedule load. Sometimes you're taking over the amount of credits that you need to take, and you're trying to get that in. And it takes a toll on your body, especially even if your time management skills are to perfection. There's still times where that overload comes in, and it's like, yo, let me step back. Again, you're not in high school. You're not in high school anymore, or as Dorothy says, you ain't in Kansas no more. The environment changes, the culture changes there. So it's up to you to say, you know what, I'm here. Let me make the best of this year, and let me always try my best to put my best foot forward. Nobody can fault you or say that you failed if you tried. Always remember to try. It's when you don't try, it's when you truly fail at something there. Even if you don't get it right the first 13 times, you try. Mm-hmm. You try. Hey, I'm learning to walk, guys. I may have failed the first, 4 or 5 years, but I'm still trying. I'm still trying. And it doesn't equate to my ability of trying. It doesn't equate to what I have, what I put forward. It just says, you know what? I got to keep trying. That's all it means there, guys. Oh my gosh, Mom, this was a great conversation here. I think
we could talk longer.
We could. I don't want to hold you no more. Oh wait. Oh, is that? I forgot. 1 second. Life Important Family. I almost forgot. Season 2. It's implemented a new round hits. She almost forgot about it. Life poetry, she was about to let me just go right on what I'm going through. See, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I forgot the intro. I almost forgot this. This is gonna be a great discussion when this thing come out, guys. Guys, Life Poetry family. I might add some. I'm not gonna do the effects, but this is too much editing. I ain't gonna lie. Transparency. It's all of the sounds and all the bing thing. All it's just too much to do. So I'm gonna say this here. Spitfire round, guys. You ready for it? You ready for it, Mom?
Ready. I'm ready.
All right, Spitfire round,
Let's
right?
go.
So each Spitfire round, there are between 3 to 5 questions. Each time, each discussion, the questions change. Right? They're all predicated off the discussion, right? Off the top of your head, if you need to take time to think about it, think about it. Remember, if we're playing spades, you study wrong. You study long. You study what? You study wrong. There you go. Right. Think about it, the spades game, right? Let your partner lead. You better follow that suit. Follow that suit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right.
Follow suit, or you will be in trouble.
Right, because you know at the HBCU, you can't play spades.
Spades was it.
Right.
Yes.
Just spades and Uno. Spades and Uno. And you know,
we hadn't gotten to Uno. We was doing spades.
Oh, right. When we play Uno, and you know, if you don't know the rules of Uno, you can make up rules. If you don't know what you're making a rules, you're gonna be out of luck. Because we would come on rules off the top. Either that is not in Uno regulations. We didn't care. We had Bowie State rules of Uno. Crazy, right? Ready, Spitfire round. Ready for it? You need to take a breath? You want to take some water or something?
Nope, I'm good. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
All right. Spitfire round. Question number 1. What's your favorite subject?
PR. Public relations. Public relations. Public relations.
I went to a public school. You can't do PR. I don't know what that stuff means. See, that's what we Spitfire. She threw something at me. I don't even know what it is. PR.
That's it. Oh, let's go. Spitfire. That was my favorite subject. Public relations.
She thought, I mean, like, wait a minute.
We original.
Right. I love poetry, uncut, raw, and unedited. It happens. It happens, right? The question number 2. Give me 3 stereotypes of HBCUs.
Party. Woo. Party, and party.
Those are 3 great stereotypes of HBCUs. It's not all about the party, guys. Trust me. Remember, you party, you miss some classes sometimes. Not all about the party. Question number 3, right? 3? I think 3. What do you prefer? Going to the calf or home cooking?
I'm cooking.
That calf was represent.
I didn't live on campus, so home cooking.
I didn't either.
But I didn't. I told you I only went to the calf with French fries. That's it. Just fries.
And they were delicious.
That was in the budget. You know, I was on the college student on the budget. Fries.
We pause right quick. Right, you understand the budget in college. Trust me, if you're not on that Uda Noodles French fry budget, right? You either got resources or you got resources, right? That's what happens. Meal plan is a resource, guys. Sometimes you ain't got that, right? But back to the question. Last question. Final question. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Go.
You.
Come on now.
My son, Mark. There you go.
This guy.
Can there be anybody else? We're here, Mark. We're here.
Yes, we are. Come on now. It couldn't be no other one, guys. Life and Poetry family. This has been a great discussion.
It has.
It's awesome. And you have to come back. When you come one time, you're a guest. Second time, after that, you're family. So you are definitely welcome back here to talk about anything. If you have a topic you want to talk about, let me know. And we will definitely talk about it here on the channel.
Thank you, Mark.
It's open just like that. You are welcome. Oh my gosh.
It's been awesome. It's been wonderful.
And thanks for being patient with me. I know we had a hiccup at the beginning where I kept laughing. I forgot the intro. I might add that to the bloopers, Life and Poetry. I don't know just yet. I don't know if we're going to do bloopers this season or not. But this has been a great discussion, guys. Again, if you guys are interested in going to schools, I encourage you to do your research on your school first and go into it with a plan. Jumping blind is fine, but when you do that, sometimes you get left behind just a little bit. Always go into this thing here with a plan. You don't always have to have your major determined right away, but if that's the case, take some time to fill it out. If you want to go to school, come with a plan. Figure out your financial aid situation. Figure out where you want to go to school. Do your research on that school. Research the demographic. Research the population around the school. Do all the research you can to figure out the school that you want to go to. Again, we are not knocking any PWIs. We aren't highlighting HBCUs. Whatever school you choose is the school of your choice. I encourage you to do just that. Guys,
can I add real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, make a decision, do what works best for you. Nobody can tell you, like Mark was saying, what school to go to. No one can tell you what your major should be, and find out all you can about financial assistance. There's so many grants that are available. Of course, there's student loans, but there's so many congressional grants, Pell grants, federal grants that you can take advantage of, that you don't have to accumulate a lot of student debt. I did, in researching about HBCUs, there's a substantial amount of a percentage of students that attend HBCUs that have much more debt than the PWI institutions. So definitely research your FAFSA, Pell grants, again, congressional grants, so many things that are available. There's a websites that are available that you can research and find out what you need to get the finances that you need. Resources are plentiful. You don't have to miss going to school because you don't feel that you have the finances. They are there, and do what you need to do so you can obtain what it is that you would like to.
Yes, guys, research. It is imperative to know what you're walking into. Like what was said, guys, so much debt is accumulated sometimes where you just jump in things. And sometimes you end up in a situation where you don't want to be there, that you just wasted. I'm going to say it bluntly, you wasted about $30,000, $40,000 on a school that you didn't want to be at, or if you really didn't want to go in the first place. Have that plan. Know what you're going into. Research. Free money is out there. That's what they call it. Most college students call it free money. Free money is out there. There's a grant it was a scholarship that was out for left-handed students. And I was like, man, if I was ambidextrous, I would have got that. Right? See? Right?
Where was that when I was going to school? I needed that. I was able to take advantage of some grants.
Yes.
Because my mom was a widower. So I was able to take advantage of grants as a student of a single parent. So if I had known about the left-handed, I definitely would have pursued that.
If I'd known about the widower grant, I would have pursued that one too. Yeah, but that comes from doing the research, guys. Like for you, family, this has been a great discussion, guys. Again, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. This has been a great conversation. Again, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Miss Sonia Queen, for gracing us here.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
it's fun. Attending HBCU is fun.
Yes. It was funny. So before we close out, guys, I remember it was a summit that Hbcus went to, and they created a song at the summit. And the song went like this. I like my H in front of my B in front of my C. I like my HBCU. I have a party family. It's been a blessing. Yes. I didn't go to the summit. I watched it live. I was in the hospital then. But Life Party family, as always, it's been a blessing, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next discussion that pops up. We don't know what about. We don't know when. We don't know who the person who's going to grace us with their presence. It might just be me. You never know who's going to grace us with their presence here at Life and Poetry, guys. But again, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Remember, thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down. If you don't like it, it's all love here at Life and Poetry with your boy, Hbcus T, this guy. And as always, stay safe, be blessed. Until next time. Want to do the outro, Mom?
The what?
You want to end it?
No, that's on you.
Oh, man.
That's on you. Thank you, though. It's been a pleasure. I thank you so much. I have truly enjoyed it.
Yes.
I have some other stories, but I have to tell you those offline.
Okay. All right. Well, unfortunately, we gotta go. Stay safe, be blessed, and until next time, we out. Peace. Hi, I'm Hbcus T. In the video you just watched, we talked about the culture of HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. In that video, we also touched on topics such as financial aid. Now, we know that financial aid for college students can sometimes be a bit of a hassle. Sometimes we just ain't got it. It's understandable, and it's okay. If you want more information on how to find grants, scholarships, or even funding in general, feel free to click the links in the description down below. Those links will take you to websites such as the FAFSA website, which stands for Free Applications for Federal Student Aid, which then will lead you to tips on how to apply for FAFSA,
which will help you find those grants that you maybe search for, or other funding opportunities such as loans, if you feel comfortable taking those out as well. But always remember this here. There's always a program out there for you. You just have to find it. So, again, links in the description down below. We'll take you to the FAFSA website, and also we'll take you to a website to give you tips on how to even apply for federal funding to go to school. It's always good to have a plan. It's always good to know your options. Feel free to do your research on your own as well. There's sometimes hidden gems out there. You just have to know where to look. So again, take your time to know the process, have a plan, and take your time. Do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, you're the student. Yeah. Again, FAFSA, free applications for federal student aid. It helped me out. I'm sure it'll help you too. Good luck on your journey. You got this. Yeah. You got this.